Hi, this is Sarah Holmes, host of the Herbal Highway on KPFA Tuesdays from 1 to 2 p.m. with your Herb of the Month. June's Herb of the Month is Yarrow. Welcome to summer officially. And I love this plant. And honestly, Yarrow could be Herb of the Month any month of the year. It's so versatile. There's so many ways that this plant supports us. I don't have the live plant here with me. I moved last fall. I don't have my whole garden here. Here's a really lovely picture of yarrow in bloom. This one you can see a little bit more of the leaves and how it looks all together with many of them joining up together. But yarrow, such a beautiful, beautiful and versatile plant. So let's talk about why. We use the whole plant, fresh or dry. The main exception to that is that yarrow root, I really prefer fresh. This is an amazing toothache remedy. So if you get yarrow in your garden and it starts spreading all over, which it does, you go from this to this, you might need to thin it out a little bit. That's a perfect time to gather some roots. So if just rinse them off lightly. When we're washing dirt off of plant roots, we don't want to run them through a whole lot of water because that starts to leach the medicine out of it. You know, it's almost like you're making a tea in your sink and washing it down the drain as you do it. So I'll lightly wash with the least amount of water that I can, the roots, and then put them in a small jar and put a little alcohol over them. And then you're almost you're preserving the fresh root in that alcohol. And then if you or someone in your family has a toothache, you can take a piece of that and put it in your mouth. You can suck on it. You can kind of tuck it between cheek and gum, wherever that sore tooth is. And it really helps. It helps pull out that pain, helps bring down the inflammation. It's antimicrobial. So all of this is really going to greatly benefit you. So part of why I chose yarrow for summertime is because it's so strongly antimicrobial. It's amazing wound care. And as we get into this this beautiful weather and we're feeling better and we're moving around more, we get beat up more, right? We get cuts, we get scrapes. We're more likely to, because we're more active, have a wound that needs tending. So yarrow can be used in a lot of ways here. We can use it as a wash, which means you would make a strong tea or infusion of the plant. And then you could actually soak. If it's a body part that you can easily do this, like a hand or a foot or an elbow that you could put in some water and soak, you can use it as a soak. You can make your tea and put a cloth in it and then apply that cloth to some other part of your body that maybe doesn't fit in a bowl of water very easily or at all. You can do it that way. You can make a poultice. So you're basically making a tea, but you can take the plant and just put it in hot water for like 5 minutes, start to break it down, and then fold that plant matter in between two pieces of thin cloth, like muslin, something cotton, and preferably unbleached. But we use what we have. Bandanas work. And then for a poultice, you want moisture and you want warmth. So you want to make sure both of those things are happening with your poultice. You can apply that. Again, it takes out the inflammation, helps take out infection. It's soothing, it's really soothing for those reasons as well. You can also use it topically as a salve. So a lot of salves will have yarrow in them, which is really fabulous. Or you can make your own, make an infused oil of yarrow, which we don't have enough time today to go through how to do that. But I'm sure you can find that information or look through our archives and maybe find that information, or you can buy something, find your local herbalist, see if they have some yarrow salve. So it's a great way to use it as well. You can use it topically on wounds. Fresh on wounds, if you are out and about and you've cut yourself and it's bleeding and you've got yarrow handy, it's a great styptic. It helps stop bleeding. So you can chew a little bit of the leaf up in your mouth and just put it right on that wound, and it can go a long way in helping a wound stop bleeding. So that's important as well. It grows all over the world, and in so many different environments. So it's a plant that amazingly is pretty easy to find. It's easy to grow. It's beautiful. I love having yarrow around. I can't wait to get some yarrow planted in my new garden, which is why I have the paper version for you today. I don't have it in my new garden yet. It also helps reduce inflammation in the cardiovascular system. So for any of you who are dealing with cardiovascular issues, heart issues, stroke issues, it can help bring down that inflammation. It also does have salicylates in it. So which is the major constituent in aspirin. If you have an aspirin allergy or are sensitive to aspirin or salicylates, do not take yarrow. However, taking a little bit of it will give you that benefit that taking aspirin does of reducing some of the inflammation in your cardiovascular system and thinning the blood out a little bit as well. Yarrow is also helpful for those pesky summer colds. Again, it's antimicrobial, help fight it off, helps reduces phlegm in the lungs, and it helps reduce fever. So if you feel like the fever has done what it can do, it's time to take it down a little bit. It's a great diaphoretic, which means it's fever reducing, especially if you're having trouble breaking a sweat. It'll help you break a sweat so you can break your fever. That needs to be taken warm if you're going to take it that way. So that means if you only have tincture, put it in a hot cup of water and drink it down. Or if you're making a tea, if you have the dry or fresh plant on hand and can make a tea, then drink it hot, and that'll help bring your fever down. The yarrow in large quantities internally is contraindicated in pregnancy as well. And if you want to listen to other episodes, learn more about yarrow, I did a show entirely about yarrow. That was on January 21st of 2016. So that's 01/21/16. And also herbs for outdoors, if you want some of the more of these tips and plants to use during this active summertime. That was an episode I did in June 29th of 21. That's 6/29/21. And you can access all those through the KPFI archives at kpfa.org. I'll see you next month. So if you'd like to listen to more of the Herbal Highway, you can find archives at kpfa.org and on some of your favorite streaming podcast platforms. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Herbal Highway. If you'd like to follow me, Sarah Holmes, one of the hosts of the Herbal Highway, you can follow me at Blue Otter School. Renee Camila can be found at La Yerba Buena Herbs, and Emiliano Lemus can be found at Trans Herbalist. And check out KPFA, our home since 1997, on Facebook at KPFA 94.1, or Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at KPFA Radio. We hope to see you soon.